Alright, how's it going, everybody? This is Ismortah, and this evening I want to give you an update on ELEMANCERS, the strategy-based fantasy board game that I've been designing, and what has been completed, what are the plans for this month and beyond. Now, before I get started, I'm just going to check the Twitch to make sure you guys can hear me okay. If you can hang on 1 second. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Alright, got the word. Cool. Alright, so what I want to go into this evening is let you know the progress and, in particular, the events I'm going to be at for the rest of this year to promote the game and get you guys exposure to actually see the game before and during the Kickstarter, as well as some contact information as well. So, first I want to remind you guys that if you want to get monthly updates, which I'll send out actually a couple days, once a month, and in October it will be weekly, on what's going on with ELEMANCERS, how you can contribute, how you can get involved in the game, where you can go to playtest. To get information, a couple ways. One, you can go to the various social medias here: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. As well as you could subscribe by providing your email and get those updates sent right to you, so you don't have to monitor a feed. But you can also go on these different social medias and subscribe or follow so that you get those updates as well. So what happened in, what's the month for August? July. Chiefly what that was is getting the remaining gameplay locked, as well as completing the flavor text for the game. So doing that final beta feedback to see what small tweaks I need to make to the rules of the game, just to make it more fun or more balanced. And I'm safe to say I'm in a really good spot right now. Now I'll continue testing the game, honestly, through up to the Kickstarter, but it's in a really good spot. Now it's just stress testing to find really weird situations that's unlikely, and how do I handle those situations. In particular, when the legendary weapons come into play, because they're meant to be game ending, but to make sure that it is possible to kill an avatar at the same time. Even though you have something that's really powerful, it's just as powerful as someone else's legendary weapon. And so that's some of the stuff I'm still looking at, but the game itself is pretty solid, and that's just some of the special considerations I'm taking a look at. For flavor text, that included the descriptions of like spells you were casting, so add some flavor. So actually, if I say, hey, if you cast something like Dominate Mind, which isn't in the game, okay, well, what is that? What is that? Well, if you read that in the book, how would that be described? And that's sort of the context that I wanted to provide, as well as the flavor text for the story content, for like the lore cards and the saga cards, to describe where you're going, why you're going there, and as you obtain pieces of lore, what is this that you're learning about these artifacts and the history of ELEMANCERS. Just to add more flavor. That's why it's called flavor text. What also I locked down last month was another artist to give special love to the legendary weapons of the game, as well as some of the um, bonus content that'll be available in the Kickstarter, which I'll go into more detail at another time, probably next month. What you see here on this page in the news at the top is the first piece of art that my new artist, my new illustrator, has done for me. This is the Draconic Lexicon, which is a magic scroll legendary weapon in Elemencers. And I really wanted to have as good of a detail on the art for these legendary weapons as I did for Bronzu the dragon, because there's all like really epic, so I want to have a really epic detailed feel and look to them. So it's like, oh wow, oh shit, what's that? And so these will be on the last card in your lore set when you complete it. As you complete the lore, the last thing you do for your saga cards, for example, is first you're trying to find the lore, and then the last thing you're trying to do is find the artifact itself. And so when you finally find it, this will be on the card that you obtain. And that's pretty cool because it looks weathered and tattered, and it's supposed to be a really ancient scroll, as well as it has the symbol of the dragon, which you recognize from the creature trait, as well as being part of the logo for Elemencers, being the symbol for Bronzu. It's actually the look of Bronzu the dragon. So what is the plan for August? Well, in August, let me scroll back down. I think I had, right here, on 7/18/19, is I had shared on social media a couple weeks ago some of the conventions I would be going to promote the game, as well as get you guys hands on the game to actually play it. But what's really cool is I've added a couple more venues to the campaign as well. And so I'll go into those. So the first one coming up is Pacificon, which is going to be in Santa Clara, California, which is in the Bay Area. And that will be August 30th through September 2nd. So if you're in the area at that time, I'll be hosting gameplay demos of the entire run of the game. Unlike at RageCon, when I just did a one-round demo, it'll be the entire length of the game, which will be 2 to 3 hours. And I'll be doing gameplays every afternoon, as well as on the last day in the morning. So if you want to come out and play the game, come check it out. The next, and this will be the last event before the Kickstarter, which will be in October. The next convention, which will be during the launch of the Kickstarter, will be Big Bad Con, as in Big Bad Wolf, which is at Walnut Creek, California. Let me see if we can go to the main page. Here you go. It's right here on the where. It'll be in Walnut Creek, California. Again, it's in the Bay Area. It's on the northeast side of the Bay, as opposed to South Bay, like Santa Clara. And again, it will be another 3-4 day convention. In this case, 4-day. And same thing. I'll be running the game in the afternoons, probably like 2 to 6, and on the last day will be in the morning, 9 to 1. So if you want to come by and play the game, another great opportunity in California to do so. The newest events, one of the newest events that I've added to the campaign is Gamehole Con, which will be toward the end of the campaign, which will be August 31st through November 3rd. Actually, let me go back one. I just want to make sure I told you the dates. So October 10th through the 13th would be Big Bad Con. And again, Pacificon is August 30th through September 2nd. Gamehole Con is October 31st through November 3rd, and this will be in Madison, Wisconsin. So I have some family out there, and I was like, well, it's a great opportunity that I can actually expose the game to a different region of the country, as well as have multiple opportunities for individuals to play the game throughout the campaign. And so this could be a 4-day campaign over Halloween weekend. And same thing, I'll be hosting game demos in the afternoons and on the final day that morning. And if you're in that area and can't make it to the West Coast, if you're in the Midwest, come check it out. Apparently, this is even advertised as the biggest board game convention in the Midwest. So, definitely place the game. And the last events that I'm going to be, well, as far as conventions, anyway, I will be doing local events, going to comic shops in the Reno, Carson area, and possibly also again in California. But I haven't planned out those smaller venues yet because that's during the marketing planning, which will happen this month. Is Reno Pop Culture Con. Now, I think this is the first or second Reno Pop Culture Con. It's hosted by the same people that do the Denver Pop Culture Con, so you know it's legit. And there's a ton of great people that are going to be there, and I'll definitely be going to this event. So if you see me there, we can mingle, and I can talk about ELEMANCERS. I'm not going to be doing game testing during this event, but I will be at this event if you see me and want to talk shop. And this is a really cool event because it has a lot of celebrities from your favorite comic and pop culture media, as well as comic books and art and other cool nerd out activities. And so it's great. Like if you're even not, you like board games, but you don't like the board game convention scene, the fact that this is another scene of like-minded people that are into cool stuff, that'd be fun to go check out. And again, I'll be there for that weekend. And this will be November 8th through the 10th, which will be the very end of my campaign, my month-long campaign. So I'll have one convention 5 weeks before the Kickstarter, a convention at the start, a convention about in the middle, and I'll be at another convention at the tail end. And this one, it was just like, hey, if you want to come and see and say hi, I will definitely be there. And I'm sure when I go there, I'll probably wear some swag that has ELEMANCERS on or something, and have, some sort of maybe brochures or something. We'll see. But I'll definitely be there, so come say hi. Well, that is all I have for updates for you guys this evening. I just wanted to let you know where you can actually go to play the game and what's happening with the game. So what's happening in August, these are the conventions. Now what's happening in August is preparing the beta build. So it'll be getting the final assets ready for printing as well as for marketing, which both you tailor a little differently. For example, if you're prepping cards for marketing, if you're making it for a prototype build, you have to plan for cuts and bleeds, so not just the card, but actually expand it. Whereas for digital media, you can just get by with the actual card in its final form. So one way you prep's a little different. And like if you're prepping something for print files versus like digital files, you may do different color and different file types as well. So it's a little different. But that'll be the bulk of August is planning the marketing campaign, getting the beta build done, and getting files ready for both those marketing endeavors. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Again, I will also have a summary of these updates in printed form that I'll put up on the social medias as well as on the newsletter in a couple days this week. And I'll share more next month. And my next stream, Sunday, 7 p.m. PST, I believe will be Armada. I believe next in less than a week I should get the SSD Super Star Destroyer. So I'm going to do a whole bit talking about this awesome 2-foot long ship. So you should definitely check it out. It's now going to be the biggest miniature that I own. It's pretty awesome. My next stream, however, will be this Monday, 7 p.m. PST, which is my online card game stream. And for that, I'm going to be streaming some Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, which, if you're not familiar with, it's the online version of Yu-Gi-Oh! But it's also an abbreviated version so that the games play a little bit quicker. For example, you have 4,000 life instead of, 8 or 10,000 life. As well as a smaller size deck. And honestly, it's a lot of fun and it's quick. And so if you want to check it out and you're interested, or you want to see some of the meta decks that I've created, don't want to miss out on that. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Again, this is Ismortah. I hope you're excited about ELEMANCERS. I'm excited to share more with you as we get closer to the Kickstarter launch in October. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.